Rockin' Pod 2023. We're with the What's Hot in the Strip Clubs podcast. Man, I got a guest with us here today, Alon. We got Steve Blaze with us, who is the guitarist and band leader for Lillian Axe. I also had a chance to watch you play last night.
Yes.
And damn, you are good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, so tell me a little bit about Lillian Axe.
I started the band in, we say officially in Halloween of '83, so it was a while ago. So we were, just a bunch of kids just beating up the circuit, but we were the first band in the Louisiana area that was really playing like Judas Priest and stuff like that. So the scene was a lot different back then. It was amazing. I tell all the young bands now, man, if you guys had this type of scene now, the way it flourished back then. But it was an entire mechanism. The radio, the local rags and mags and TV stations and clubs, they all work together. Doesn't seem like that's the way it is anymore. But we were playing, and then I just one night I saw the movie Creep Show, and we were in the process. We were called Oz, O-Z. And we had a manager, of course, like everybody else does, that tried to steal everything from us. We wanted a fresh start, and I had seen the movie, and it inspired me to come up with the name Lillian Axe. At that point, for the next 4 years, we just played everywhere. We traveled, went to New York. The guys in Zebra, who were they were well established, a new record, their first album was coming out. They kind of took us under their wing. We played, and then went in 80, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, 87. Irving Azoff signed us to MCA.
Oh, wow.
That was our first
Legendary.
deal. And Marshall Burrow was our manager.
Oh, wow.
We were asked to open up for Rat and Queensryche right on when the Dancing Undercover tour went out.
Okay.
So we were that strong locally of a draw. We would play clubs Tuesday, Wednesday night and do 500-600 people. So they said, we'll give these guys a shot. And then after 2 of the shows, I got a call from Marshall in his cool way and says, "Hey, Steve, Marshall Burrow here. Would you like a record deal?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, I'll have one."
Yes, please.
I think I was 26 at the time or something. Wow. And Robin Crosby had seen us because we had opened for him, and he wanted to produce the first records, which he did. So from then on, it's been 15 albums, 10 studio records, 9 record deals, and touring, and we just came up with a new record end of August. Okay. 2 new videos, and we're getting ready.
What's the album called?
The rope. From Womb to Tomb.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now we have a new video. One of the songs is, we did one for I Am Beyond, which is the first single. And then the second one is called Feelings of Absinthe. Okay. And remember Adam Curry from MTV?
Yeah, of course.
Adam introduced our first video from our first record on Headbangers Ball.
Okay.
So my wife says, "Why don't you reach out to him, see if he would do an intro for this?" I was like, I don't even know how to get in touch with him. Got his email address through our director for the video. I emailed him, and within an hour, he said, "I'll be more than happy to. I love the video." He's the nicest guy in the world. He is the inventor of the podcast. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
If you look up
I did read
who
that
invented the podcast, says Adam Curry.
That is awesome. And does he still have the magnificent feathered hair? He had magnificent hair.
No, he's got it cut down, but he looks great for it. I mean,
he's got to be 60s.
Yeah, he looks like a champ, man.
Yeah, awesome.
And he's such a nice guy. So hopefully we'll get to meet him on tour and stuff. We've got a good communication, and he did an intro, but he didn't just do a cell phone intro. You would figure, I'll do it. Take me 20 seconds. He did it in his studio with his wife. Was filming and all the background and everything, and he gave a separate audio file so it would sound good. It was unbelievable. So I have massive respect for him. What a nice guy. So
I did see that actually when I was researching you. That video came up. And Alon, just so you can, I'm going to like 10 seconds of the song real quick. Hold on. It's supposed to be playing. Hold on. Try this side. Nope, Why is it not playing? Oh, well. I had it set up to play, and now it's not.
Are you plugged in? Because earlier it was unplugged.
Yeah. I probably forgot to configure some sound card somewhere.
Well, people can go see that, and I Am Beyond. There are 2 videos. I Am Beyond and Feelings of Absinthe.
Yeah, I love that Feelings of Absinthe song. I'm a strip club DJ. And as soon as I heard about that and I got the song, I started playing that at Diamonds Cabaret.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so you're from Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Yeah.
Do you ever go to the strip clubs in New Orleans?
I think I went to one. A friend of mine dragged me one maybe about 20, 25 years ago because I just had a breakup, and it's like, this will make you feel better. And I was like, no, it didn't.
And just distract you for an hour or two.
It's kind of funny because I don't really fall into all the trappings. People are like, hey, I remember when we used to drink and do this. And I was like, I never really did that. I never.
Good for you.
Because I'm always in charge. I'm a firm believer in keeping my head on straight. I have too many people relying
Depend
on
you.
me.
Yeah. Well, that's
so.
why you've been, steadily
That's why I'm still
successful
here.
for 25 years. Yeah, I met you back in Columbus, Ohio. Saw the Lillian Axe tour when you guys released the cover, No Matter What, of Badfinger, I think, did the original.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And at Oakland Park Avenue, shout out to the late Roger and Mary Kaufman who ran that club. And you guys are great live. It was
Thank you.
The stage was small and actually had like a metal bar.
Okay, did they
railing in
serve
front of
food
it.
there?
Yes.
Okay, that's the place, when you said that, had the most extreme hot wings I've ever had in my life.
I think you're right.
I remember sitting in the dressing room and everybody's like, "Oh, don't be such a wimp. You're because I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be able to
food.
eat
Yeah,
coals,
Cajun.
and
Yeah.
swallow fire and
Yeah.
stuff, So then I was sitting there sweating, and yeah, this is great. I'm turning on fire. My hands are like 130 degrees. So, but I
That's
remember
awesome.
that venue.
So let me ask you this. So on top of all the great rock music, and he's a great guitarist. He's first of all, stream the songs, buy the album, support musicians. Already Spotify, I'll say it out loud. They screw us artists. You get a very small cut. A million streams if you're lucky.
Yes.
It makes $1,000. And how many people hit a million streams? So go download and buy the albums. Damn it! All right. You also do, and this is fascinating to me, a lot of TV soundtrack and licensing stuff, which I think a lot of people don't know about, and it's a great way for musicians to supplement their income.
Well, the band is, we've had songs on different records and stuff. I have a podcast too also, by the way.
Awesome.
It's called The Love and War Show.
Check it out,
Okay.
people.
And it's just 2 hours of stupidity and funny. It's just ridiculous, funny stuff.
Yeah.
My mom comes on to give love tips, and
Aw, Mom.
and my son, who's now 13, but when we started, he was like 8 or 9. He comes on and
that's awesome.
tells jokes and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. Kudos to you guys
Oh,
for
thank
everything
you.
that you
Thank
do.
you.
And I ghost hunt too. So
You ghost hunt?
Yeah, I've been doing that for years. I have a team that I'm in charge of, and we do legitimate, real ghost hunting.
Interesting.
We've been in and out of potential deals for a reality
Sure,
show,
sure.
but you know how that goes. It's like record deals. But we have a documentary that's being edited right now called The Ghosts of Fort Jackson. That's a 2-hour documentary on one of our biggest investigations. So.
And New Orleans is well known for their ghosts,
yes.
legends, and the voodoo stuff, and the
Absolutely.
lady. Oh, what's her name? The famous voodoo priestess.
Marie.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Marie Laveau.
Laveau. Thank
Yeah.
you. And it was something French.
I visited her grave once
That's awesome.
when I was a kid.
I know it's actually a tourist thing to go visit it. too.
Yes,
I
and
know
to put
that.
an X on it.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
though.
scared too.
There's
Right?
something scared me about
You
that.
also touring with Angel, who's a legendary band from the '70s that came out. They were like the antithesis of Kiss.
Exactly.
And they didn't quite make it. They looked like they were gonna blow up, but I forget what happened. But I know they came back with a tour recently. How did you end up with that? That's just interesting too.
I was a huge fan when I was in high school. Right?
Okay.
So a mutual friend, he called me. He was writing a book and he wanted me to give some stories for his book. Then he said, "Hey, by the way, I am playing keyboards now. Angel regrouped,
Okay.
and the guitar player's not working out. Would you be interested?" I said, "When do I leave?" So,
Right.
because I was a huge fan. I had the posters on the wall.
Sure.
I was one of the only people that I knew in high school that even knew who they were, right? I'm like, the guys were great. So I went up there and auditioned. A bunch of guitar players did. I got the gig, and we went out and did about 30 or so dates, and then sporadically for the next 4 or 5 years, we did some festivals and dates. I really wish they would have kept it going at
Right,
that time,
right.
but now they've got Punky
They're back
Meadows.
together, right?
I took
Yeah.
Punky Meadows' place for those times. And it was a great honor, and they're back out, and Punky's back in the band, so they're doing well. They have a new record just came out, I think.
I love that sort of thing, full circle. When
Yeah.
'cause you're a fan of me, like most of us musicians start off as fans, right?
Yes,
like my
of course.
dream gig would be to front Van Halen. So, Wolfgang, Alex, if you're looking for a singer,
There you go. I think they are, actually.
See, I'll be more than happy to jump on board.
There you go.
But I mean, what a great opportunity to play with some of your heroes and idols,
yeah.
or like doing the rock and roll fantasy camps. Have you done any of that stuff?
No, I haven't. I'd love to do that. Now, we toured twice with Alice Cooper.
Oh, wow.
Now that was great because Alice was the first rock and roll thing that I was exposed to. I played classical and flamenco guitar from I was 6 up until through my teens, and then I got introduced to the songwriters of the 70s and you know, Don McLean and Brett and James Taylor, and then Alice Cooper, and I just fell in love with
England
it.
Dan and John Ford Coley.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, the songwriters, that's where
Amazing.
the song is what lives, you know? So
Yeah.
that's more important than any technical prowess of any player is the songs that are left. But my dad introduced me. The first album he got me was the vinyl Alice Cooper School's Out. It had ladies' white lace panties.
yeah.
And I remember opening it in the kitchen, and my mom was in there. And she says,
Flushed.
"I'll take those." And so,
Lucky dad.
But
No,
then
I'm
we
kidding.
got to tour, right, with Alice twice. But my dad had passed away a few years before
sorry.
that. But if he would have gotten the opportunity,
Oh,
and I know
man.
where he is in heaven,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
looking
yeah.
down, going, "Yeah, that's cool," So
awesome.
that was a full circle moment for me.
That's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
And, it's funny. Well, I don't want to share the idea. I'll share it to you off. I've
Okay.
got an idea. I'll tell you about later.
All right.
But speaking of influences, who else? You said you flamenco and
Classical and flamenco. When I was 6, I started playing guitar. I got a guitar for my 6th birthday. Parents put me in school to take lessons, started learning how to read. And then after about 2 or 3 months, the instructor said he's outgrown the class already. You've
Okay.
got to get him.
Wow.
It's his niche. So
Yeah.
get him into private lessons. So that's when I started. But I loved it. When
Yeah.
you're 6, 7 years old, it's hard to. You have to love something. Because I was playing sports and school
Yeah.
and everything. Of course, we didn't have video games, thank God.
Yeah,
I
thank
might
God.
not
I
be
agree.
doing anything.
That's-
But so that's how that all started out.
So how would you recommend for parents then, who are listening, to get their kids involved with music? Because look, it takes hours and hours of practice in today's instant gratification society.
Yeah.
How do you encourage, or how would you recommend to get a kid passionate and interested in practicing?
Let
and
me
doing
know
it?
because I'm trying to do it with my son. My son.
Dang it, I hope you had the answer.
I'll tell you what I'm working on though.
Okay.
My son's 13, right? So he's until he heard us on the radio and he heard Eddie Trunk mention my name on the radio, he didn't really care.
Sure.
Then he's like,
You're
"Wait
just
a
dad."
minute, that guy's talking about you." I said, "Son, I've been trying to tell you." Of course, he was like 7 or 8 at the time, so
Right.
it just he didn't care. But now it's like we go out places and people see me and recognize me. He thinks it's cool, but he thinks it's cool in a good way. Like
Sure.
he's like, "Do you realize that those people, how much of an impact you've made on them, making them happy because
Yeah.
they get to see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you're nice to everybody. No
Yes.
matter where you go, you treat people well." And he gets it. So now he's all into sports and he's all into video games. So I'm listening, and he likes the music.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody expects, because we have 50 guitars in the house, that he's
play
supposed to
guitar.
be a guitar player. He does, but now he's interested. And I said, "Son, if you learn music, even you can create soundtracks for video games.
Yep.
You can, so I'm trying to get him, but now I catch him play. Now, Feelings of Absinthe, funny story. When he, about maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, he was playing around with his iPad.
Okay.
And the intro, he wrote that
Wow. No
on
shit.
his keyboard. And I heard it at the time, and I said,
That's a good melody.
something's there.
Yeah, yeah.
I recorded it on my phone, and last year
awesome.
when we were recording it, I used the rest.
Did you give him the songwriting credit?
Yes, it
Good
did.
man.
Yeah.
Yes. High
He's-
five to Dad.
I wrote everything else.
What's his name? So we
One
give him a
song,
shout out.
Jude.
Jude, man, great songwriting tip. Great
I
job,
know.
brother.
So I said, "Look, you wrote a song that's got a video that thousands of people are listening to," and they started to kind of get it. And I said, "Girls would like it."
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I'll start taking it. But I really, honestly, in all truth, I would recommend find something they're interested, even keyboards especially, because you can keyboards once you understand
Theory.
the theory and really
Notes,
note to note is
midis
like fret to
and-
fret,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you start to get that in your head, then you start to when you can strum a few chords and it sounds good, and you realize that every rock song is the same 4 chords, and you can write a million hits with
Right.
4 chords.
Right.
Then it starts to become, if they have it in their heart, that's the important
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Some of them just don't know they have it in their heart until
Right.
they start doing
And
it.
don't be a helicopter parent. Don't push them to something. Don't live your dreams through them. Let them find their own thing. They'll be great. Don't worry.
Thank you. I coach him. I've been coaching him in baseball.
Yeah.
For he just made the junior high team, right?
Congratulations.
That's a 7th grader, and I'm watching the parents want their kids.
It's gross. It's gross.
Like it really is, because the kids, let them play and have fun. But
Yeah.
you see some of these parents that they're living their lives
Yeah.
through their children. Just encourage
It's
them.
not going to be a career yet. Listen,
Yeah.
1% of 1% even make it in any sport to a career, or even
Exactly.
a musician, right? So just let them enjoy it, and what comes will come.
Amen.
Yeah.
I could talk to you all day, but I know you got to get going. I know we're running out of time. Danny?
I saw you play last night, and the energy that you bring and everything, and just like I'm trying to picture what it's like inside your head while you're up there. So my question, with all the energy that you put into a show, how do you unwind after
right?
a show? How do you go to sleep? Like, 'cause if I would have done that, I'd still be up from yesterday. Or are you still up from
The
yesterday?
adrenaline,
No.
not in a bad way, but adrenaline you're talking about.
White Castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sliders.
you've been doing this for a while. Is it? Do you just
Yeah.
unwind naturally, or?
Honestly, my head's always on 100. I wish it would slow down, but I realize that if it can't, and that's what they say, the older you get, don't slow down. And I'm always involved in so many things. And I just I take it in stride because I think I'm a born again Christian.
Okay.
My head's right. for me. I'm spiritually sound. I love my family more than anything, my
Clearly.
friends, and I'm blessed to be able to do this for so many years. And it's just, I get off stage and it's nice to meet everybody. I play. I don't take it like to the point where I don't have to impress people. They don't have to impress me. Let's just all have fun, enjoy life, and do the best you can at what you're doing. So, I've always got adrenaline going, but slept well, and I feel great.
Good.
I'm good, man.
And your podcast you talked about earlier, where can our listeners find
The
your
Love
podcast?
and War Show. It's on YouTube. You put the Love and War Show, and if you put my name, Steve Blaze, in there, it'll help get you. We have 40 episodes.
Awesome.
And we started in my garage, and we moved up and got a little more gear. And I'm nothing like this.
Hey,
but
man, we started and learned on our own. Now we're part of Pantheon Podcast
That's
Network and have
amazing,
grown, and
man.
we're here now. So you can, it's such a fun trip.
Oh,
it has been for us.
absolutely.
Thank you for coming on the show.
No, it's a
I
great
could talk to you
pleasure,
all
man.
day,
I know
brother.
we could talk for
Yeah.
hours. And trust me, once I get going, I don't shut up. So
Yeah,
There you
hit
go.
us up. We'll come on your show, without a doubt.
that'd be awesome, man.
And
man.
congratulations on the Louisiana Rock Hall of Fame, too,
Yes.
as
Oh,
well.
thank you, man. I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Steve.
All right,
Steve Blaze,
guys.
everybody.
Steve Blaze.
Thank you.